You're listening to Little Green Cheese, episode 87. Well, welcome back, Curd Nerds. I'm Gavin Weber, and this podcast is where you can learn about cheese making at home. I've got a very special interview today, and it's with Fred, who is a YouTuber, a home cheese making YouTuber, and he is from Montreal in Canada. So, without further ado, let's have a listen to the interview with Fred. Alrighty, all right. So let's bring on the first guest today, and that is Fred. Hang on, let's see. Is this going to work? Ooh,
Hi, hi.
there he
Is
is.
it working
Hey,
now?
yes, I can hear you, mate. How are you?
Nice, a little. I'm not a technical guy, so.
That's okay. Now, for those who don't know, Fred has a YouTube channel, and it's called Chez. Oh, I don't even know if I can say it in French. Chez Fred Fromager Urbain.
Exactly.
Did I get it right?
So Chez, it's mean in my home, I think.
Right. So home cheese maker, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Well done, mate. So where do you live, Fred?
I live in near Montreal in Canada, province of Quebec.
Yep. And obviously you're a bilingual person. And that's one thing I should have asked before I invited you. I thought, hang on, I watch Fred's videos in French all the time. And I thought, well, he replied back to me in English, but did he use Google Translate? I don't know.
It would be a funny video if I presented myself only speaking French here for 1 hour.
That would have been hilarious.
I do not even know a sign language, so
yeah, that would have confused both of us. So yeah,
I think too.
Hey mate, right. So first question of the day is when and why did you start making cheese at home?
Well, there's a bit of a story. I was not born in cheese or in a farm. I'm just a curious one who likes to learn new things. At first, when I was in the university, I drank a few beers. So I was thinking, how to make beer to save a few bucks. And then back in the days, like if I am old, internet was not, YouTube did not exist. It was hard to learn new things. But I listened to some podcasts and had some great results. So I continued for a lot of years in this. I had the fridge for that, and then I had children, and it's not really compatible to do beer and to drink some beer around the house with young people. So I changed. I get into gardening a lot. Transformed my whole backyard in a garden. So there's something very beautiful to see things transform just in front of you. And a garden is a good thing to do, and more child friendly too. And then so I learned a lot of stuff like that. Bread making, the scent of the bread baking in the oven is just fantastic. And I don't know, I think that my brother-in-law once came with charcuterie or bacon, homemade bacon and pancetta. He was drying meat himself, and I thought, wow, this is very nice. I want to know how to do this. So I bought a temperature controller for my fridge, set it up, everything, but there was something not feeling good for me to with decaying meat in my fridge. I was eating the product, and I don't know, it was not feeling right. You can do it, really, you can do it, but oh no, I was not safe. But now I had a big fridge with a temperature controller, and I knew that I could convert that with cheese making. And then what I did, how to make cheese at home on the search bar in YouTube. And Gavin, you are all over the place when you search.
Yeah.
So I learned from you, Gavin. You are,
Fred,
and I think that for most people in the chat, you are such an inspiration, a master for us home. And I sent you photos last year or 2 years ago, and you showed them in your live. I was very feeling very great about this.
Oh, mate, you make me blush. I'm gone all red. I've gone all red. Oh, mate, I'm very humbled. Thank you, Fred. But yeah, hopefully I've inspired lots of home cheese makers. But yeah, look, I did a similar path to you. I had, kind of a green epiphany back in 2006, 2007, and started growing all our own vegetables. We had home chickens, same sort of thing.
With animals too, this step, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, well, I've only got one chicken left, and then I've decided now, that we're not going to have any chickens, because back in those days you couldn't get free range eggs. It was all caged eggs. So we can buy free range, proper pasture eggs now. So once the chookie passes away and stops laying and all that sort of stuff, I'll convert where she lives into another garden bed. So that'll be good fun. But yeah, we grow lots of vegetables, and we've got nearly 35 fruit trees in pots and in the ground, just in our little suburban block. So, and they're
me too. It's small. My backyard is small, but I have. When you have a backyard in the suburb, you have two choices. You can grow grass. You will grow grass by default. This is the blank slate. Or you can, grow tomatoes, cucumbers. Go for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We don't have any grass. The only grass in our whole block, and we've got
Sorry.
The phone. Didn't mute the phone.
No, I will now. I will.
I better mute mine.
It says done.
Yeah, so well done. Thanks, mate. I can't remember what I was going to say. I've forgotten. Doesn't matter.
The grass on your block.
Oh, yeah. So there's no grass. The only grass we have is on the medium strip, which is technically owned by the council of the city. I don't even own a lawnmower. So don't have any grass. It's all vegetable gardens or just entertainment areas, or the studio that I'm in too. I don't know if anybody's seen the building of the studio video on the blog channel. That was really good. But yeah, it's a beautiful space to work in, and as you can see, it's really good to film in as well. We've got the internet connected, obviously, and yeah, it's cool.
It's nice. So, we need to have grass on our front yard.
Right.
A rule in our town, but if I could, it would be something else. But it's the law.
Yeah. We don't. Well, we don't have any rules like that. So we put a little white picket fence up the front, and then just fruit trees, and I got like olive trees and a whole bunch of deciduous fruit trees, which are great.
Nice.
Cool. So you started making cheese because you watched my YouTube video. So why did you start your own channel?
Yeah, that's the next step. Why? I'm a huge YouTube consumer. I watch maybe too many videos here. Maybe my days fly by, and it's the night, and I'm still on YouTube. So I knew the platform. I like it a lot. I'm not a big commenter under the videos of other YouTubers, except maybe yours. I posted a few comments here and there, but I'm not. Now that I have a YouTube channel, I see people the same name. kind of my family now. I know them, so I know from where they come, their story, what cheese they made in the past, their trouble. So it's a strange sensation. But why it's, well, I had a friend, he had his 40th birthday, so I made a video for him. I never did videos before, but this time I took my phone that is now muted, and I looked at my face during 5 minutes turning the video for him. And then I saw back the footage, and it was just me not looking at the camera. I was looking at my face. So I had to redo it a second time, this time looking at the right place on the screen, not me, but the camera. And I did some editing with that, and I was quite pleased with the result. I sent him, and then I was curious. As I said, it was not bread, beer, cheese, charcuterie. It was video filmmaking now. And I searched on YouTube. I found how-tos, and I pick up a channel name, created a new account on Google, on YouTube, and there's steps like this. And I bought a better camera, a mic, some lighting. I posted my first videos where I was all over the place. I thought about sharing videos more with my families, my friend, and then people started commenting my videos, asking questions. So now I had a reason to continue to help them, and now I think it's 8 months. 8 months later, you are inviting me to one of your live.
Mate,
so really, it's a big honor for me.
So how many subscribers do you have now?
Around 25,000.
That's incredible, mate. After 8 months on YouTube, 25,000. It took me 6 years to get to 10,000, but I think nobody was into cheese back then, as far as I know. And when I look back at my very first YouTube video, it was crappy. It really was. There was no lighting. The camera was, I don't know, the worst one I could find, I suppose. But
we have to start somewhere, and But the first step is to publish one videos, and then the second one would be better, third, 100 videos.
Definitely, and just maintain consistency, which is always a big thing on YouTube. All righty. So, mate, 8 months in, you've got quite a few videos under your belt. How many cheeses have you made now? Different cheeses?
Maybe 100 cheeses. I make cheese since only 4 years, and I have to eat them, so that is me. And I was doing the calculation because 2 or 3 days ago I visited an artisan cheesemaker here in Quebec, and just his vat is 900 liters of milk. And I was thinking, well, since the beginning, how many milk have I used to do cheese? And 100 cheeses of 12 liters, it's almost his vat. So all my knowledge and experience was there, just in front of my eyes in one huge vat. And it's not that huge, 900 liter. But so I tried a lot of things. Your videos helped a lot. I did Parmesan, cheddar, brie, camembert.
Well, I've actually got that footage that you sent me, so I'll play that now. Hopefully this all works, Fred. I don't know. Let me just do a little bit of technical stuff here. Let's share the screen. My goodness. And if this works, here we go. Oh, and we can see us. All right, so it's not that big, but let's play it and see what happens. Hopefully we can hear it.
But the sound is just music. We can almost voice over it if you want.
That's all right. Yeah, talk away.
It is in Sainte-Sophie, Quebec, about an hour and a half from my home. And he let me. Well, I had a discussion with him before. I just don't go there expecting to enter his production room. So this is his 900-liter vat. He let me in, filmed he was doing, I will show you, but a little cheese called the Galette of Sainte-Sophie. And it's like reblochon almost in the style.
Yeah.
And well, he showed me almost everything from the beginning. And but before I asked him, can I film you doing that? I would do a video on YouTube, give you credit, showing your name, and he said yes, and he invited me. I was thinking, well, he will show me 2-3 things, and then bye-bye. But no, he
So the whole process.
kept me in the whole time. He had this cheese in the big vat, but he was also making mozzarella. It's not in the video I sent you, but he was stretching that. It was very spectacular almost, and he let me mold 1 or 2 cheeses out of it. Yeah, it was a very kind guy. It's Gabriel Allary from les Fromagers de la Table Ronde. So it's just spectacular.
I like the cheese mold. So it's just under its own gravity. It's not pressed then, this cheese.
Exactly. So it is draining. You see draining on the floor. I need a drain on my floor now that I've seen that. I don't think my wife would
let you do that. Oh yeah, so they're just flipping them over. Yeah, so nice.
Yeah, and obviously it is not the first time they are doing that. They were very, very, very good, and this is the mozzarella. So
there you go. We're back again, mate. That's fantastic. Looks like you really enjoyed yourself there.
I did. It was a magnific day. And I have cheese to eat now.
So, well, they gave you one as well to eat.
Yeah. So this is this one that we did. So it was in the mold. It was high like this at the beginning, and then it's three weeks old.
Oh, I bet it smells amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and he invited me in his affinage room where he age his cheese. I published the video this morning, so if people, it's in French, and I'm not the greatest interviewer, and my camera has its limits, and my microphone too, and in there it's
loud
workshop. There's sound, stainless steel, clanging, and motors, pumps, ventilators. So obviously I did not ask him to shut it down and silence. So there's sound in this video. Be aware.
Yeah. So right. So that was a fantastic insight into, a little bit of commercial cheese making. And I'm so glad they invited you along, and that was great.
Yeah, but quite small, because he said there's the big guys. We have them in Canada, but I'm sure that in Australia there's the big
big commercial,
hundreds of 1,000 liters of milk a day, and then there's factories, cheesemakers with maybe 20,000 liter a day, and it's 1,000 liters a day. So it's quite small, and he has his own cows in his family, organic fed, and so he has 1,000 liters of milk a day, and he transforms it.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. One thing I forgot to show, there we go, is the names. Add names, because people in the chat are asking, who the heck are you interviewing? So it's Fred. There we go. Goodness me. All right, sorry about that. So where do you make your own cheese?
I made at home, obviously. At first, it was in my kitchen. And then I moved because for YouTube, my kitchen, with the dishes all over the place, was not quite good. And when I'm filming, I have 2 children, so I do. Sometimes they will come, and I moved away in my under the floor, the basement,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my furnace room, because here in Canada we have harsh winters and it is very cold. We have to burn natural gas to heat our homes. So it's in this room. I have my stainless steel table, sink. So every time I need to start a new video, record, I have to turn off my furnace, turn off my freezer, turn off my cheese fridge. So it happened one time I turned it off and forgot to turn it on back afterwards.
Oh, no.
And so my cheeses kind of...
So they're okay? They didn't die?
I was doing a raclette at this time, and let's say that it is probably the worst raclette that you would see in your life. It's very ugly, but it was good.
Yeah.
You have successes, you have challenges. Sometimes it is your mistake.
Exactly. Well, that leads me into my next question. So, as a cheesemaker, we all have failures.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your best failures, I suppose, and did you manage to recover them?
A good question, and it is part of the journey. You can't just have a cheese in front of you because you do cheese at home, obviously. So, and when each time you eat one of your cheese, this is part of the emotions that you live. It's just you don't go to the store, the grocery store, buy a cheese and then eat it, and you can do it without a smile, without thinking.
It's not as much fun, is it?
Yes, but now you spend a whole day with a little pot, and then you age that thing for months, turn it weekly, washing it, and then you take a bite, and so there's a whole journey. In the chat, probably it's more cheesemakers, so they know what we are talking about. But for the most majority of the population, they just see you make cheese, so they don't really understand. But challenges, mistakes. First with the press, with there's if it's not stable, it will turn over, flip, and break things. So I had, I think it was a cheddar or in this style on my kitchen. It was in my kitchen at this time, and the whole thing fall. It was not stable at this time. I had tin cans and a bottle of water and a lot of things. So it was sideways almost, and then it fell. And it fell on my ceramic floor, and it cracked it. So since then, on my floor, there's a crack. And I still have this cheese in my fridge. It's aging, and I named it. It's vact packed. So you can write different. Usually you write the day of production when you want to get the name. But then I named this cheese the ceramic breaker. So I know that when I will open it, crack it open, take a bite. It will be my revenge.
Nice. Yes. The ceramic breaker. That is hilarious. Well done, mate.
And then, there's different. I have a lot of mistakes. If you can see in my videos, they are not perfect. And I prefer.
And I think that is the key, really. If you're making videos about cheese making, if you don't show the failures as well as the successes, then people will. Well, I don't know. Maybe people will think, what's going on here? Everybody, because I like to promote the failures as well, because hopefully people won't make them themselves, if that makes sense.
Exactly, and it makes good video. You have
Yeah, well, that too. There's always a bit of drama, isn't there? Everybody loves a bit of YouTube drama.
yep, it's but maybe some in the mindset of some people we have in the social media be perfect, perfect, perfect. So
Yeah,
showing your mistakes, it's not. It's a you have to fight it almost. Say no, brain. I want to show this mistake. Stop telling me I need to be perfect. It is not
mm,
the case. And each time, sometimes I don't even turn my camera on when I see something. I'm like, ah. But then when I'm editing and I need to take you from the point A to the point B, but well, I did a mistake there, and it's
yeah.
obvious that
Continuity.
something happened.
Something's missing. What's going on there?
And then I say, well, the next time I need to turn my camera on. And
Yeah. No, I do it. If I not like I was making a white Stilton with apricots yesterday, and normally you turn it for 4 days and it forms together, right? Because it's like a blue cheese but without the blue. Um, and I took it out of the mold and it started to fall apart and crumble. And I went, oh my God, lucky I had the camera on, right?
okay, yes.
So I thought, well, what am I going to do? I'll press the cheese, even though in the recipe book that I had says don't press the cheese. I went, well, I'm thinking there's no blue mold in it. It doesn't need oxygen. Doesn't need any crevices or anything like that. It's just got dried apricots through it for a little bit of sweet flavor. I thought, no heck, I'll just press it and I'll show everybody and I'll tell them, well, this is what happened. That's the best way to be,
Yep. So for my blue, the exact same thing happened. I had my I did all the recipe, but I was too gentle with the curves when I was stirring it. I knew that I had to have something
Oh, I'm
something.
back. Anyway,
Well, when we are filming for a video, we had an idea in mind. I want to do a blue cheese and a Roquefort, let's say.
yeah,
So now you go in with that idea, and then something goes wrong. You have to
yeah,
disassemble your cheese, and it happened to me. So my the title of my video is not how to do a Roquefort cheese, but how to try to do a Roquefort, and happens to have a Stilton.
yeah. Oh, nice. And it turned out all right still, the cheese?
It was good. It
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah. So that's some of the mistakes, mate. What are some of your best successes as far as cheese goes?
Well, all the aged cheddar that I did were very good. The vac packed cheeses works great for me. I have low maintenance is the key. I know that everywhere in the world they do not see the cheeses the same way. My channel is in French, so
Mm.
France is the majority of the people viewing my videos, and there they are more natural rind kind of people, and it's all right, but it's harder to do and higher maintenance too. I have children. I love to go to do some vacation trips, and so I cannot be every day turning my cheese, washing them.
Yeah.
So
You've got a life like everybody else.
yes, and don't be afraid to vac pack your cheese. There's a whole urban myths around that your cheese can breathe. It will turn bad. You can't age it more than 3 months. You will get off smells, of flavors. No, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I know if you take one cheese, natural rind, the same cheese, vac pack, the same cheese with wax, the three of them, even if it's the same batch, will not be the same. But they would all be great in their own ways. But the natural wine one will be more trouble, more work, more maintenance.
Yeah, definitely. I found that out the hard way because sometimes you just forget to turn them or forget to wash them or, that sort of thing. And I have to set, calendar reminders all the time. My calendar's full of reminders on what cheese to turn when, and it's the bloomy rinds. The blues aren't too bad because they grow slowly. The white mold cheeses are very difficult.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
Especially
you got to turn
in the
them.
start, the first day, I forgot one. I did it the first turn on the 2-day mark, and it was stuck on my bamboo mat.
Yeah,
the whole mess.
They do. And when they grow mold and you don't turn them daily, the mold peels off and all sorts of weird stuff happens. Anyway,
and if
you
you
live and
are
learn.
just doing your cheese for yourself, it's okay. You can
go
past that. But if you are filming it since 3 months, and then you
That's
forget
right.
it,
And then
you have all this footage, and wow.
Yeah, exactly. And you go, what do I do? Anyway. But so I just film everything, and it's all good. All righty. What's my next question? I've got to find it. Hang on, I've got 1,000 windows up here. So what's your favorite cheese to make? The one you make over and over and over again.
Cheddar, but with different variations. You can spice it up, you can pepper it, you can immerse it in beer, in wine. You can I haven't tried the bandage the way yet, but this seems a lot of fun. Cheddar is one of my go-to cheese if I do not know what to do. I know it will be eaten easily. My family loves it. Otherwise, and it is low maintenance, but it takes more time during the day of the making because the cheddarization process is a bit longer. But otherwise, I like to do camembert. They seems very intimidating when you watch a video, because usually the video is longer. So you think, because we want to show you all the different steps, the turnings. But in the real life, it's very easy. You do not even have to stir your curds. So for the cheesemaker, it's just a pot of milk doing its thing, and then every hour or so you come and you turn it. That's it, and it's fun to take it between the two cutting boards and flipping it, and you get better.
It is.
It's the camembert
too. I love making camembert as well. It's such a rewarding cheese when it works, Yeah,
and the white mold is quite aggressive, and it will take over everything else. So once you have that in your cheese, you are all set. You don't forget to turn it every day during the first 10 days in the aging room, but otherwise keep it very humid. And the white mold will do its thing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, well done. Now, you probably noticed I've changed to camera number 2, which, when you're doing a 12-hour live stream, I suppose you'd need a second camera.
Yeah.
But the colors aren't very good.
Quite an adventure for you. I usually do an hour live stream.
Yeah.
Why are you doing a 12-hour?
Why am I doing a 12-hour live stream? Well, good question, Fred. It's because I love cheese, and I thought it'd be a unique opportunity to invite people like you along to have a chat, which I don't do very much on my live streams.
The lonely thing.
It is. It is. The great thing is we've got such a great cheese making community. The curd nerds. I know you've got in your channel. They're mostly French speaking. And I pop in there occasionally and say hello, but I can't speak French, so I don't know what you're saying half the time. So I have to put the subtitles on, the auto translate ones.
Yeah, so there's the auto recognition of my French, with an accent. So I read the auto recognition of my French, and sometimes it's not really, and then it is translated automatically in English. So probably you think I'm crazy reading that.
I can follow along. There's no problems. I can follow along, and there's usually no issues, which is good. So, so all right, I've got another question. What's your favorite drink that goes with cheese, or do you mix it up according to the different type of cheese?
I'm more a beer kind of guy, so I would go with that. But I know that the wine and cheese pairing is a good way to go, and
Yeah.
I often do this too. But both would be good. I think it's just that I personally prefer beer. I find it more refreshing. I go often outdoor doing sport, physical activities. So getting back inside and drinking a full glass of
Yeah.
wine, it's not the same.
So if you had to put together your perfect cheese platter, what would the five cheeses? You got five cheeses to choose from.
Okay.
What would the five cheeses be that you would put on your cheese platter?
I would go for a blue one, a hard pressed one, but very finely cut, I would say.
Yeah.
Like tête de moine with the, I don't know if you know this cheese. The tête de moine is the one with the top. There's a blade that turns in there, and it creates a kind of flour.
Oh, the girolles for the
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
tête de moine.
Oui,
I can't
yeah.
even pronounce it. Yeah,
So
tête de moine.
this is
Whatever.
spectacular. The flowers, cheese.
Oh, they're
flowers,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. So I like this. And then I don't know. I'm so blue. This one, the camembert style one.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitively. Something with Brevibacterium with the
So a washed rind,
on
please.
the stinky side.
Yeah.
For the fifth one, maybe more on the Gouda, but smoked Gouda. I really like
delicious.
smoked sting. So
Yeah. Mate, fantastic.
With that, you have something good to to please anybody.
That's right. So to please everybody, and you've got like it's a balance of flavor. Well, not a balance of flavors. You got a variety of flavors.
Yeah,
it's not
more
like
this kind of. Sometimes you have about the same thing, but with little variation to let you appreciate, let's say, different kind of camembert or this white mold cheeses. I like these kind of degustations too, because you go more deeper in one style, and then you understand more the little nuances between each. But then we have the full variety of cheeses with everyone punch you in the face a different way. I like this too.
That's a good way of describing it. Cheese punch you in the face. Nice. Oh, mate, that's classic. So let me just think. I had another question, but I just forgot. Oh, it's an old person's brain. I don't know what's going on here. So as far as all the cheese equipment, you said you make it all in your basement. So, so do you have a table, a draining table type thing? So drain the cheese, stainless steel draining table or sink or something like that?
I have a sink. It's way too much big for my use. But I like it when I wash my stuff afterward, that all is contained in there. I can, but otherwise, so because it is very big, and I want to communicate in my videos that you can do cheese at home, and then I have this big sink. So with that, I find I'm a bit overkill with my sink. So when people ask me, do I need a big sink? No. I did it in my kitchen sink before, and it's good. But for my draining, I just have a draining, like something flowing down with gravity, but it's not special in any means.
Yeah. So how do you heat your milk? What do you use to heat the milk?
Your method of two pots, one over, so the boiling water one with the bigger. The first time I did it, I was, oh my god, this will so much fall apart and create.
It never does.
It does.
It never does. I know it was an amazing method until I went to the precision cooker, the sous vide method, and I've been using that now for the last 5 or 6 cheeses, and I find that works quite well. So,
Okay.
I always heat the milk up on the pot on the stove top first to get it to the right temperature.
30, 32 range.
Yeah, around there. So what the temperature it comes out of the cow basically, and then put it into the sink that has the water heated by the sous vide, and I don't find it has too much heat loss or anything like that. So yeah, it's not too much of an issue, which is and a work. And you set it and you forget, which is great. You don't have to worry about the heat.
Set it up with the increase in temperature too.
Yeah, you just turn the little wheel and it goes up in temperature a little bit slower than what the steam method does. But you just keep an eye. I just set it to
it's not a race at this point. You don't want.
No, not at all. And if you do heat the milk too hot for those cheeses that have a rise in temperature during them, it tends to make them go bitter because they expel too much whey as well. So, and the acidity gets produced faster, so the lactic bacteria go crazy. So,
and
yes, you don't want that.
Pressing, if there's the crust around each grain, sometimes it presses it poorly.
Yeah, and you don't get all the whey out, and it holds too much whey as well. So, yeah, hey, we learned something.
I probably learned that from one of your lives.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Goodness me. So, as far as the French cheese making community go, because your channel is exclusively in French, right?
Exactly. I don't think it would be a good idea to do different languages on the same channel too.
No. And I think that's more of a YouTube thing, the way their algorithm works.
Yeah,
if you start in one language, you have a second cheese channel for English or Spanish or whatever languages you speak, and one for Australia.
We want to help everyone, but we want to have a good channel too that is recommended by YouTube. So
you're doing a good service to the French-speaking cheese-making community. Have you found that as far as your subscribers or viewers go, what's the percentage of French Canadian versus actual French from France?
First, France is about 10 times the size of Quebec, so there's that. And then, so they are the vast majority of my viewers. I think it's 55-60% of my views come from France, maybe 10-12% from Canada, and the rest, 30% or so from everywhere in the world, but more in the French-speaking countries like Tunisia, Algeria, Switzerland, Belgium.
Part of Germany as well. Yeah.
I've not. Maybe
don't
it's
have many
the
from
others country that I would have to go more deep down in there. If there are, I say hi to them.
It's all right, mate. You've got one Australian subscriber anyway.
Okay, great.
Like I said, I only read the subtitles, so I don't watch your face very much. I have to watch the subtitles.
But the best of my videos are on my face.
And you're such a comedian. That's what I laugh. The way you present on the camera is just excellent. That's what caught my attention straight away when I found your channel by accident. I don't know what it was.
As I said in the beginning, I like to watch YouTube a lot, and I know that you have to do almost a show. But when you try to communicate information, you have to be kind of serious, because otherwise people will not trust you or trust you. But then I try experimentations. I ask my community with the surveys, what do you want to do? I have a segment in my videos that are the quarters of the community. So each cheeses that are aged, because maybe little cheeses I do not do that, but each cheeses I reserve, I keep 1/4 of it and ask you, the community, what do you want me to do with it? And then they are creative. They suggest some very interesting ideas, and then I do a poll, a survey, and asking them, and then the winners get its own video. So last week or so, I drank a cocktail made out of brie cheese.
I saw that. I'm going, oh my goodness! I don't know if I could have done that. Did it taste all right?
Well, the community wanted to see that. I don't know why. Probably to see me vomit on screen, or I don't know. But it ended up quite nice.
Yeah,
quite nice. It's the last time I do that. This recipe of cocktail, but it was nice for the time being.
Yeah, I think my Kurt nerd community just age it longer and do a taste test, later on, not put it in the blender and make a smoothie out of it. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that personally. But yeah, nice. All righty. So we're nearly 45 minutes into the video. Is there anything else you want to say there, Fred?
Well, people here are probably cheesemakers of their own, but it will not go without mistakes from the from the bat go. You will encounter the challenges. It will not turn out as you want to. And don't be afraid to try new stuff. Don't do always the same recipe, even if you have good result with it. Sure, continue. Maybe if you like the cheese, continue. But buy Roquefort mold. Try a blue cheese. Buy some Penicillium candidum, Geotrichum. Try new stuff. Yes, we are afraid to try new thing. I created a YouTube channel. I was afraid. As I said, I'm not a video kind of guy, and I'm not public or extravagant. But so if I can do video of me doing cheeses, you can try new kind of cheese.
That's right. Yeah.
And, you will. It will not be good the first time, or maybe it will. And it will taste much better when it comes out as you want. So go for it.
Indeed. Yeah, no, that's great advice for any beginner cheesemaker, Fred. I suppose you have to live the life of a home cheesemaker to truly enjoy and to truly understand what goes into making, cheese. It's an amazing food stuff. I've never seen one raw ingredient be turned into so many different types of food. So, you use milk. It's the same thing. We use milk every single time. And it's just, it just blows my mind, it's amazing stuff.
We could create a war between the bread makers and the cheese makers. I love to bake bread, but it's difficult to obtain such a variety of things out of flour. Yes, you can try some wheat bread. In English, I do not know all my grains, but there's kind of varieties, and it is quicker to bake a bread. But in cheese, it becomes part of your family almost. You have this this little round thing in your fridge, and it will stay there months, years. So when you bite in it, in the end, there's emotions that you cannot have with a bread. You can keep your bread a few weeks and months and eat it afterward. You will have emotions too, but not positive ones.
Yeah, because they go moldy.
Yeah.
I suppose cheese does too, but it's the best kind of mold. That's what I like about it.
And speaking of family, in my mistakes that we were talking earlier, when you do a cheese that needs brining, it's usually the next day and the next day afterwards. So, but one time I forgot that I had this step in my cheese journey. So
Yeah.
I booked a trip for a weekend away from my home, and I needed to brine my cheese, otherwise it
Yeah.
would turn badly. And I spent one whole day doing this cheese. So I bring the cheese with with me in my trip.
Oh, you took it with you on holidays.
So it was really part of my family, and we got to the river with the cheese. The children talked about it, and then we ate it a few months ago, and it was such an adventure to with this cheese. You can yeah, it's very an interesting hobby. You can't have this with I don't, as you said, I don't think of anything else that can bring you such emotions when you eat it. Probably when you age your meat too, it would be similar.
Yeah.
Beers, if you have a beer with a barley wine since 2 years, and you open a bottle, share it in the wedding of your friend, maybe it would be the same kind of emotion.
Yeah, no, look, I agree, mate. And did you give the cheese that you took on holidays a name? Did you give, as it was part of the family?
Yes, because it was a Romano cheese.
Yeah.
And here in Quebec, we had a film, not a film, but a television series that was called Dans une galaxie près de chez vous, which means in a galaxy near you. Right. And the ship, it was a comedy
All right.
series, and the ship was called Romano Fafard. So we called it Romano Fafard in this case.
Now, I hope I got your accent right. It was Romano, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
The Italian cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, the equivalent of Parmesan, but with a whole milk.
But better. Yeah. Like Parmesan, but better. Yeah. Because you made it at home yourself, right?
Yep.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, look, I totally agree with everything you said, because it's just, I have never had a hobby that I have been so passionate about that you can, it's different every single time you make a different, well, it's different, you make a different cheese, right? So every time you go, even if you're making the same cheese over and over, you're going to improve and make that cheese better because you understand on how the milk behaves when you've had the rennet, when you've, how much starter culture to add, all those sort of little nuances that help you become a better cheesemaker. And it's only through practice that you become a better cheesemaker. That's the thing. By doing it over, and I suppose it's like anything in life, isn't it?
Exactly. But for new cheesemaker, maybe the best advice that we can give you, this is the first advice I give everyone, and I'm sure, Gavin, it's the same for you. Do not try mozzarella for the first time.
Yes.
Even the quick mozzarella one.
Yeah.
I listened to so many horror stories about this cheese, and me myself, it's hard to do. The failure rate is really high. Maybe 3 times out of 5, I end with not.
And that's the reason I made that video recently. I think it was this year, that says quick mozzarella is not a beginner's cheese. I had to put it out there because everybody's trying to make this. I know I was in the Facebook group, Learn to Make Cheese. And that's I think it's out of British Columbia in Canada.
Okay.
And some lovely ladies that run it, and all these questions every day. I can't get the quick mozzarella to stretch
because quick is not easy.
It's quick, but it's not easy. That's right. Different word. Yeah, not easy. Quick,
and it goes quick. So you have, without a pH meter. It's a blind thing to do.
I used to have this. I used to be able to get hold of these rennet tablets called Fromager 50. I think they were made in Italy, and it was a 50-liter tablet. So you could use, it was a rennet tablet, so you could use it for 50 liters. Now I used to find that, and I can't get them anymore. They went broke over COVID for some reason. funny about that. A lot of businesses have, unfortunately. But I used to use half the tablet in 4 litres of milk, which was way too much rennet, and it used to work perfectly every time. So, and I can't get my hands on these tablets anymore, so it's very difficult to make quick mozzarella cheese because that was the recipe and I knew how to make it that way. So you're right. Quick does not mean easy, Fred.
Exactly, and I made the decision to not use a pH meter in my videos because first, making cheese is not something that is natural for most people to do. They think that there are huge equipment investment to do, and it is not the case. You need a pot that everyone already have in their home, or if you don't have a big pot, buy one. It will be helpful one day or the other anyway. A spoon and everything else, you already have it. Well, the cultures and the rennet, that is specific, but with internet today, we can buy everything online. But the pH meter was the next level step that I do not want to go there. People will... they will not be hooked with this idea to make cheese at home if they have to become a chemist and know how to calibrate their pH meter.
It adds too much complication. It adds another level of complication and a barrier to home cheesemakers when you introduce things like pH readings and all that sort of stuff.
But if you want to do exactly the same cheese because your consumer, your clientele, well, they want to buy this cheese, so they will... it needs to be the same every day, but really for you at home, your camembert, if it's a bit on the more acidic side one day and the next one it's a bit more salty, and who cares really? You made the camembert at home.
As long as it tastes good, I reckon. Yeah. That's fantastic. No, mate, thank you so much for the interview today.
Thanks for your invitation. Really, I received your email.
You're the first person I thought of. Honestly. That's why I gave you the first option for the
I
time
read
slot.
it one time, and I closed my my Chrome browser, reopened it, and whoa, okay, that's really inviting me for you.
It wasn't spam. I wasn't spamming you, all right?
I'm here today, or if you're a spammer, you're a really great one. You have a chat on the side of your screen.
No, it's all good. Mate, fantastic. It's been so good to talk to you. Thank you so much for serving the French cheese-making, home cheese-making community. You're doing an honor to our homemaking hobby. So thank you, Fred, for producing the videos that you do. And for joining me today on the 12 Hours of Cheese.
Thanks you. Really, you are an inspiration for us all. I hope that your second camera, you will survive the 12 hours long.
Well, this one's built into my monitor, so hopefully that won't go. We'll see. Maybe the other one will cool down and it'll get better, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Mate, so where can people find you on social media besides your YouTube channel? And just tell us what that was again.
Yeah, so my channel name is Chez, Fromager, Urbain. I have an Instagram account, Fromager, Urbain. I am on Facebook too. Chez Fromager, Urbain. I answer most of my comments. So if you have any question in French, if you are afraid to ask Gavin, you can ask me in English below my video. But Gavin is a great guy. He will answer you. He's doing lives almost weekly, so very available. I asked him myself a few questions during his lives. So this is... you are... a light in the end of the tunnel. When you have questions, go for him.
I try to answer as many as I can, but I actually get about 10 to 15 emails a day with questions in them. I just can't get to them all. So, so the best place to ask is on a Q&A, the Ask the Cheese Man, which we're having a session in 2 hours time. So anybody's got any questions, throw them into the chat there. Hopefully one of my cameras will work. And we'll go from there. But thank you, Fred. Now, just a question before we go. Can I use this segment for a podcast?
Sure,
well.
go for it.
All right, no problem
My
at all.
full approbation.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll cut it out and it'll be in a podcast sometime in the next week or so. But thanks so much, Fred, for joining me today. And we'll see you later. Say goodbye to all the Curd Nerds.
Thanks you. Bye-bye. Good day, Al. Good day, mate.
See you later. Oh, goodness me. Well, that was Fred. And wasn't Fred amazing? Thank you so much, Fred, once again. Well, thanks for listening, Curd Nerds. You can find my cheese making videos over on YouTube. The YouTube channel is called Gavin Weber, or you can go to cheeseman.tv and it'll take you straight there. You can get all your cheese making kits, supplies and equipment over at littlegreenworkshops.com.au. If you'd like a personalised message from me, I am on Cameo, so you can send one to your relatives or friends. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Little Green Cheese podcast. During this podcast, you heard royalty-free music by Kevin MacLeod. I played Malt Shop Bop and Call to the Dairy Cows. See you next time. Bye.